I don't think we have to tell you that it's been colder than average here across Oklahoma. Derrell, let's talk about how that's affecting the producers.
You know, I think the beef industry has been impacted this spring by the colder weather, not only in Oklahoma, obviously, but the farther north you go, we've had lots of extended cold weather.
Right.
It's increased feed demands and forage hay demand in particular for a lot of producers. We've seen recently that beef cow slaughter has actually increased over year-ago levels. Should be below last year's levels, and in fact, if we weren't liquidating, or if we're not liquidating the herd, it should be significantly lower. And I think what we're seeing now is a little bit of short-term liquidation here that's probably the result of the fact that spring just hasn't arrived soon enough to keep some of these guys from running out of feed and having to make those decisions.
And with the colder weather, people aren't grilling as much. How's that affecting the end consumer?
You know, the sort of stagnant cattle markets we've had recently, I think really reflect a lack of demand. Certainly seasonally, we would be looking for some increase in demand from a grilling standpoint, if you will, outdoor activities. We haven't seen that. We have had a lot of storms all winter and you know, continuing until recently that have affected the Northeast in particular. And so all of those things seem to be holding back demand this spring. We do look for, or at least certainly there's the potential and the expectation that we will see stronger beef demand if we can get some consistently warmer weather in place.
Okay, now let's broaden that out a little bit. Let's talk about the bigger picture if the cooler weather sticks around.
Well, you know, the weather I think will eventually warm up, and we'll see what happens in terms of seasonal weather, but the demand concerns that we have in the market are something that maybe goes beyond that. I don't think we really know at this point. Producers have been asking me for months now, you know, what happens if there isn't enough demand to support the fact that we're going to see decreased production, and that implies higher prices as we go forward. And, you know, I still think the market is there, if you will. I think the demand will come around. Some of it's the weather, some of it's other factors related to trade. But the other side of this, the other possibility that exists out there is that there simply won't be good enough demand to support the kind of prices that fix margins in this industry. And the long run implication of that is if there's not enough demand, then the industry gets smaller. And I don't think that's a reason to be concerned yet, but it is one of the possibilities that's out there that if we just don't see the demand, then this industry will continue to go through some downsizing until we get to a point where the supply side matches the demand side.
So this is not really the situation, say, a year ago.
Well, you know, we've known for a time that demand was going to be particularly important. Of course, demand is always important, but we knew demand was going to play a critical role. And the longer we go on with this apparent sort of lack of demand or lackluster demand, the more it raises this question of just, you know, on a longer term sense, how strong demand is, and is it strong enough to support a bigger industry as opposed to a smaller industry.
Okay, you'll keep your eye on it. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.